Always the option to elevate your hips if that helps you to sit well. Let yourself settle for a moment and close your eyes. Clearly, all those distractions that we have, they're inevitable, right? We're in our house. Even if there's no one else in your house, there's animals, there's neighbors, there's things in our home. So we have to do two things. Number one, set ourselves up in a space the best we can where we're protected from those distractions. And then number two, we have to be really willing to train our minds to just let those things be what they are without dragging our attention over to them. Resisting that urge to see what's happening and instead just being willing to be still and be settled. Keep your eyes closed, let both hands drift up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up towards the ceiling. Good Monday, good morning stretch. Lean to the right, keeping that grip of your hands. Just lean towards the right, being mindful that you're not dropping your chest. Feel the opening through your left ribs. Lift back up on your inhale. Lean to the left on your exhale. Turning your gaze a little bit up towards your right elbow. And maybe your gaze is looking at the back of your eyelids with your eyes closed. That's okay. Feel the reaching and the stretching all the way through your right waist. Good. Come back up to center. Start to lean forward. And then just stop when you're at a flat back place, pressing your hands forward. So leaning forward, pushing your tailbone back, like your palms go straight out in front of you. Release your hands, relax your arms. Tippy toe yourself back up. Shrug your shoulders a few times. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe giving yourself a little assist with your hand. If you've been busy all weekend or all in your head or doing things with your body but not really being connected, switch sides, lean your left shoulder to your left, lean your left ear to your left shoulder. Dropping your right shoulder. Maybe this is your chance to just bring your focus back to your body. Recognizing that is one of the gifts and the tenets of yoga is to just have that awareness, body, mind, and breath. Good. Come back up to center. Take your legs out in front of you. Let's all put something underneath our knees for support this first kind of go round. So I'm going to just use my blanket underneath my knees. You could use your block also. Reach for your feet. If you can, hook your toes. I've got my knees pretty bent. And then slide your feet forward. And you'll find a nice landing zone underneath your knees if you've got a pillow or something there. Can you create a little bit of leverage with the hook that you have on your feet? And if you don't have that hook on your feet, if you have your strap nearby, remember that makes your arms longer, or just bend your knees more. Find a place where you draw your shoulders wide and see if you can feel that opening more through your low back instead of rounding through your chest. So dropping your shoulders down and back like you're having a nice broad chest, like you're going to stand really well. Breathe in and breathe out. Good work. Release your feet. Come back up. Butterfly, soles of your feet together. anchor here. Just take a little bit of a lean towards your feet. I find I gotta burrow down a little bit to get that space where you get some opening through your hips. Always feels a little tight on Monday mornings, yeah? Even if you did stuff all weekend, there's something about the start of the week mentally that's like, okay, unwrap the box. Let's see what's inside. Here we go. Okay, friends, release that and let's go to our child's pose. Make your way there. We'll build some momentum today. The child's pose and the option to have your knees down are always there for you. So listen to your body, find that spot where you're not checked out, because if you're not trying, then you're checked out, but you're not on the edge of intensity so much that you can't be checked in at all. I'm just looking for that space where you're in your full zone of breath and effort and connection. We'll start our practice together in child's pose. 3 deep breaths. Take the type of breath that feels grounding to you. It could be an open mouth sigh. It could be an ujjayi breath in through the nose. Nice relaxed jaw out through the nose. Let's make our way slowly to hands and knees, feeling the pressure come through all 10 fingers as you adjust to your tabletop. Take a few cat-cows here, stacking your shoulders right over your wrists. Good. Step your right foot to your right hand. Sweep your arms up. Take a just soft lunge right here. Just feeling out that space of your left hip opening up a bit. Just like we're dipping our toe in the water a bit here. Take your hands deliberately back to the floor and take your right foot back. Couple cat-cows. Always going back to your breath. So even though your body might feel like it's taking the lead, instead let's let the breath take the lead. Take your left foot to your left hand and deliberately sweep your arms up and let yourself sink forward and down into that low lunge. Hi, Marco. Hi. Reaching up here. Again, just kind of dipping your toe in the water for a moment, then bringing your hands back down. Take your left leg back. Feel the tension through all 10 fingers. We're going to shift back to downward facing dog, but I invite you to feel the energy coming from your hands so that your tailbone lifts up and back more effortlessly. Push through your hands, feel that integration in your arm bones, and then breathe in and exhale. Just float your knees up, send your tailbone back. Get there and adjust your feet so that you're in a nice position where you can feel the weight distribute between your hands and your knees. Pedal it out here. Bend one knee, then the other. Shake your head from side to side. Pressing down opposite heel here. Softening your knees. Everybody bend your knees a lot for a moment. And if you feel like you're being split in two, then walk your toes a little closer to your heels. Soften your knees, drop your chest really a lot towards your thighs. Bring all your awareness to your arm bones. So you're feeling your upper arm bones hugging back. Take a big breath in here, then send your gaze forward and take your feet to your hands. Find yourself in a forward fold. Let everything go right here. So grounding your hands to the floor, to the backs of your legs, or to a block. First forward fold of the day, first forward fold of this week of October 5th. Letting your head just like a magnet, the crown of your head is tugging down towards the ground. So if you're hanging at a place where you're like, I don't really feel that tension at all, allow yourself to feel like your head is pulling down towards the mat. Add a little bit more intensity and energy, even just to the forward fold. Take a breath in, push off through your toes and your heels. Inhale, reach all the way up, hands come up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, lift right here, lifting, mountain pose, getting your ribs to lift up off of your lower body, pressing through your heels, toes are light. Breathe in, exhale, big forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Set your gaze out in front of you. Let's flow, friends. Soften your knees, step it back. Find your high plank or your modified plank. Modified is with your knees back behind you, still creating that energy in that plane. Good straight line behind. Good. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Set your gaze forward. Push off through your toes. Lower all the way down to the mat as slow as you can. Hugging those elbows in. Good, Susan. Relax your feet. Little bitty cobra, just pressing your hands on the mat. Lift your chest just a little bit. Feel the energy of your elbows squeezing into your sides. Exhale, lower down. Through your hands and knees, or trying to push all the way up into a high plank. Tuck your toes, push up to your high plank, or hands and knees. Everybody back, downward facing dog. Good work. Breathe in and breathe out. So if we haven't done that in a couple days, let's get the rhythm. Start thinking about your breath being the guide as opposed to me or your body. Just let your breath pace where you're at. I'm not going to go too fast. So I want you to hold that space in between the breath. See if you can lift on inhales, go down on exhales. All right? Breathe in. Exhale, top of the mat. Stay in that space. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach. Belly tucks in, squeezing the glutes. Everything tight. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, flat back. Can you use one exhale to get back to your high plank? Good. Once you get there and you're solid, now you can breathe in. Use your exhale to push off a bit and lower down. Relax your feet. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Good. Tuck your toes back to hands and knees or to your high plank. Belly is tight. Lead with your tailbone. Breathe out. Downward facing dog. Good work. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, what we just did was the more modified version and pace. So if that felt just right for you, you stay there, even if I take us all the way to full upward dog. Breathe in, exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, rise up. Reach, exhale, fold. Let it go, guys. Just let everything else go. Be right here. Breathe in, flat back. Exhale back, high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower. This time the choice to scoop your chest from that low push-up position all the way up into your up dog. Good, Alana. And everybody breathe back, downward facing dog. Start to feel it loosening up, guys. Start to feel it. Breathe in, breathe out. We're doing 3 more, top of the mat. Inhale, reach up. If I'm going too fast, then you go at half the pace. Exhale, fold. Flat back. Try not to take extra breaths, just the breaths that connect with the movement. You can do that. Exhale back, high plank. Take a breath in. Lower to your low push-up or all the way to the mat. Breathe in, upward dog, straightening your arms, lifting your chest. Good, Marco. Exhale back, roll over your feet. Send that tailbone back, even from your hands and knees. Find that downward facing dog. Think of the mobility you're creating through your hips and your spine. Breathe in, breathe out, travel, top of the mat. Push through your feet. Inhale, reach and rise up. Let your gaze follow your fingers. Reach like you mean it, and then exhale, fold. Get all the breath out. Be down there for a moment. Then breathe in. Find a good connected, strong, flat back. Move on your exhale back to your high plank or modified. Get there, take a breath. Find that strength, pushing your hands into the mat. On your knees or from your plank, find this lowering down. And then scoop your chest, lift up. Good. Breathe back. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Shake your head side to side, pedal it out. We got one more. Let your chest drop. Breathe in. Exhale, top of the mat. Step with the other foot this time. Push through your feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. This is called Sun Salutation A or Surya Namaskara A. Breathe in, flat back. Take it back. Find your high plank. Each time we step back, we start getting more familiar with where our feet and hands are gonna go. Good, holding here on your knees or all the way down. Low push-up position. Breathe into your upward dog. Good, that's it. Exhale back, downward facing dog. I know that is tricky, you guys. It might feel clunky still. Have faith in the practice of just repeating it as you build your strength and you find that place that feels right for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Option to drop your left knee to the floor as we take our right leg up. So you might be on your hands and knees, right leg up high. Or in your down dog, right leg up high, your choice. Both are awesome. If you're in down dog, bend your knee, drop more weight into your right hand, open through your hip. If you're on your left knee, you can do that too, drop into your left forearm. Breathe in here. Good, put your right foot down, take your left leg up towards the sky. If you're on your knees, put your right knee down, take your left leg up. Bend your knee if you're in down dog or on your knee. So your left leg bends, just opening through your hip, maybe dropping to your right forearm. If you're in down dog, both arms stay straight. Breathing here, good. Pressing your heel down if you're in down dog. Both feet on the floor. If you're on your hands and knees, meet me at the top of your mat in chair pose. If you're in downward facing dog, bend your knees, look forward, take a little hop towards your hands. All right, I hopped so happily that my earbuds fell out. Here we go. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. All right. Go back right here into chair pose. Take your arms up, or if that's too much, hands pushing together right here at heart center. Let's focus on the tailbone going back and down. And this is where you start to fire up, right? This is where we start getting the legs to be strong. Think of about 2 fingers worth of space between your legs. So not out here, right? Just a little bit narrow space between your heels. Good, Linda, that's it. Reaching up, lift your gaze. So not looking down. Extend through the pinky fingers. That's your energy point. Belly pulling in, breathe in. Enjoy the letting go, forward fold. Breathe in, flat back. Good work, step back, high plank. In your high plank, you can drop to your knees. Let's all stop at the low push-up position so it looks like this. All right? So even on your knees, you just stop, hug down, and then straighten your arms as you drop your thighs, lift your chest. to upward dog, all right? Good. Tuck your toes, take it back, downward facing dog. The looks on your faces, y'all, come on. There are harder things in life. We all do them. Here we go. All right, listen, we're on our downward facing dog. Take your right foot to your right hand, option to drop your back knee. So you might be here, or you might be here. If you're standing, drop your back heel. We're in warrior one. If you're down, let that foot relax and you can really lunge in, okay? Your choice. Both are good. We're gonna be here again, so you might wanna just work your way up here. We're staying in warrior one. One big breath right here. And now take your hands back down to the mat. See if you can move deliberately. Take your right foot back and up. Both feet down. Good. We're going to take our left foot forward. You might need to drop your right knee to get there or lift your left leg. Stepping your left foot through. Give it some help if you need to. You could have your right knee down. Find us in this low lunge. Or meet me in your warrior one. Right heel is down, tugging these hips forward. When you're ready, arm bones come up. Anytime that's too much for your arms, you can set your gaze, push your hands together at prayer. Still working your shoulders by having those elbows out. Good. Breathe in, reach up, and exhale, flow your hands back down, maybe dropping your right knee to make the transition, or sweeping your left foot up and back. So you might be on your hands and knees for this transition, or in your downward facing dog. Good work. Take a big breath in, big breath out. All right, my hands and knees, friends, travel to the top of your mat, chair pose. Those of you in downward dog, if you want to, soften your knees, get into this low crouch, look forward, push off through your hands, come to a hop at the top of the mat. Nice. Come down low. Chair pose. Let's start dialing in the concentration. So you don't even need to look at me because we've done this before. Just listen and see if you can hold your gaze. Pencil-sized space between your knees, toes are light, hips come down, like you're gonna sit on the chair. For those of you that saw Alana's Miss Muffet interpretation last week, I highly recommend it. It was classic. Reaching back through here, I'll never do chair pose the same again, Alana. Sitting on our tuffet, reaching back, toes are light. Fire in your legs, embrace that fire, be willing to have that fire. Good work, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, flat back, that's your reset. Make your eyes open and have your eyeballs hold a gaze. Hold steady. Good, can you keep your gaze there as you find your way back to your high plank? See how your body can find its way. Good, shoulders are strong. You may be on your knees. Even if you're on your knees, we're all gonna lower to this low 90-degree position, then scoop your chest up and forward, upward dog. Yes, come on, yes. Resist the flop. Here we go, take it back to your downward facing dog. You may want to drop your left knee to step your right foot forward or lift your right leg, step it through, warrior one. You can be in this low lunge right here, right foot forward, or warrior one. My warrior ones, scoot your right foot more to the right. If you feel like you're turning to the side, bring your left foot in a little tighter so you can work on squaring up those hips. So hips and shoulders, 1, 2, 3, 4, make a square towards the front of your mat. Check in that you can see the toes on your right foot. Arms are up. Everything about you right here is strong and aligned and clear, and there's no clutter. It's all focus as you reach up, engaging through your belly. Good work. Take your hands down. You may drop to your knee or practice sweeping your right foot up and back, downward facing dog. Transitions are good, right? Taking your right foot down. Getting ready for the left side. You can drop your right knee, step your left foot forward, or lift your left leg. Think about where your foot is going to go. Use your exhale. Go. Left foot forward. You may be on your right knee, or you may have that right leg straight, heel down, warrior one. So we've been here a couple times now. Now you start to clue in which hip is tighter, which side is a little bit more sticky. Setting your gaze, feeling the outer arch of your right foot pressing down. Good. All right, let's all be strong. Reaching your arms up, breathe in. Exhale, flow back down to the mat. You could be on your right knee or sweep your left foot back and back. Nice. My down dog friends, take a moment here, pedal it out in your down dog. My friends who are in tabletop, on your hands and knees, suck that belly button in, be strong, big breath in, big breath out. Good work. Everybody drop to your knees, child's pose. Roll your head a little bit side to side. If you've not, in all of that time, in those minutes that we were doing that together, if you've not said, thank you, body, for showing up for me. Acknowledge the miracle of your body right now. Acknowledge that as much as we may want other people to take care of stuff for us, no one else can take care of your body like you can. No matter how many salon appointments you might need to have or things that you want to have done, nobody can actually take care of your body from the inside out. No one can move your body like you can. No one can listen like you can. Good. Gently come back up to your hands and knees. Take a couple cat-cows here. All right. Are we warmed up enough to do a couple more? Adding on now to warrior twos?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. You always have the chance to drop that knee. All right. We're going to be working in October on building up that shoulder strength. Okay. So just practicing. Let's all, on our hands and knees, just take a second and think about that rotation of your front arm bone. So you're on your hands and knees. Practice that rotation so your elbows turn towards one another and then forward, right? Kind of like you were opening jars with just your arms and your hands not really moving. So this antecubital space rotates because you have, right? You have two bones here and then you have one bone here. So that's pretty cool how they can do this hinging situation when your hands are down. For your low push-up, you want to do that rotation like you're opening jars with your hands, but your hands aren't moving. That brings that space of your elbow more forward when my hands are down. So not in, that's an internally rotated shoulder. I want it more forward, okay? That gives me the ability to push through the fingers, taking your arm bones down and back, really protecting your shoulders. So feel that intention with your hands. Then it's going to be like you're all locked into your shoulder girdle for that low push-up. Okay? I know it looks like easy. It took me years, so don't. Right? All right. But even on your knees, you got that shoulder, you got the elbows turned forward so that you can lock in. Right? And I've got leverage. Otherwise, I'm like out here to see this. Look, out here. Ooh, it's really hard. Ooh, not good. All right, locking in, a lot different. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, we shall try. Ready? We got this. Here we go. Downward dog. Couple big cleansing breaths here. I know some of you have challenges with your wrists. Think about really pushing the weight into the pads of your fingers. Think about using the other parts of your body like you were trying to get that weight off your wrist. Breathe in, breathe out. Step or hop, top of the mat, chair pose. Strong through your feet. Not holding back on seeing how low you can go while keeping your chest lifted. Reaching through your arms, toes are light. Breathe in, good. Exhale, forward fold. Listen to the breath cues, friends. Inhale to a strong flat back. Good. Going to your hands and knees or back to your high plank. Find where you're going. Good, really nice, friends. Good job. Turn those elbows forward and hug them in tight to your chest as you bend your arms, lower down. You could be on your knees. Resist the flop, scoop your chest forward. That's it. Now scoop your chest up. Lift your knees, friends. Push back, downward facing dog. Susan, scrape yourself up off the floor, sweetheart. I'm down and I can't get up. All right, here we go. On your left knee or with your right leg lifted, step your right foot through. Let's do warrior one. Good. Always the option to have that knee down. If that makes you feel more stable, you've got so much still opportunity to do all this great focus, breath, strength, even with the knee down. All right, we all have our knee up, so let's really bend into this front leg. Feel your back foot supporting you. Square your shoulders, square your hips. Set your gaze, relax your jaw, lift your chin just a little, open your eyes, take a breath in, open to your warrior two. Make that transition now so your back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat, and maybe you can go just a bit wider so you're able to drop into this strong front leg, straight back leg. Good. If your shoulders are up by your ears, ground them down and back. Reach through your hands, like the palms of your hands are the strongest part of your body right now. Set your gaze over the middle fingernail on your right hand. Take a breath in. Drop those hips just an inch or a millimeter lower to the floor. Breathe out. Good. Keep your legs exactly where they are. Float your hand up and over, reverse your warrior. Don't move your leg. Yes. Creep your fingers down your left leg. Reach through this right arm. Good. Come back through your warrior two. See if you can flow back down to the mat, possibly dropping your left knee to make that transition. You can stay on your knees or go back to your downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Get ready for warrior one on the left. Left leg lifts. If you're on your knees, step your left foot forward. If you're in down dog, squeeze knee to nose, pull it through. Warrior one. So we're like bringing blood to the organs. We're circulating oxygen throughout our body. We are asking our mitochondria to work, and when they work, then they start to generate more ATP. We're tapping into the reserves of the glucose stores in your liver. Square everything up here, be right here in that miracle of all that happens in your body without you having to do a thing, except set your gaze, hold your legs strong, transition to your warrior two. So now my hips face the side. Dropping into this front knee. Good. Speaking of distractions, right? There's my dogs going bananas. Yay. Breathe in here, reaching through your fingernail. Taking this left hand, palms are really strong, hugging your hips in tight. Keep your legs right where they are. Lift your left hand. Find a little bit of lightness as you reverse your warrior here, please. Good. Stay strong through your core. Come back to your warrior two and make your transition. All right, guys, let's do this for reals. Take that left foot back. You're in your plank or your modified plank. Either one is good. All right, look at my face. Look at my face. No belly flops. Got me? All right, belly tight. No belly flops. Here we go. Scoop your chest up before you hit the floor. Bend your elbows and then go. Upward dog. Come on, come on, come on. I'm rooting for you. There you go. Yes, thank you. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Woo! Nicely done. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's get off our hands. Walk your hands backwards to your feet. Rise all the way up. Take a moment, reset, shrug your shoulders, circle out your wrists. Feel the weight settle into your standing feet. Let's all reach up towards the sky, grab your right wrist with your left hand. Keep your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance and push your left hip away as you lean towards the right. Take a breath in, come back up to center. Switch your grip, right hand to left wrist. Think of pushing this right hip away as you lean towards the left, but I'm keeping my right foot squarely on the ground. Release your hands, take them behind your back, interlace your fingers behind your back and step your feet out nice and wide, toes pointing straight ahead. If that grip behind your arms, with your shoulders pulling together feels okay, hug everything in towards the center of your back and then fold forward, keeping a nice strong flat back. Hit the halfway mark and stop. Yeah. So hit this flat back halfway mark and stop. So you're a straight flat line. Good. Release your hands, sweep your arms right out in front of you, taking your gaze a little bit down and forward. Reach through your hands, let your toes be light. So a little bit of a balance here, a lot of work in your core and your legs, reaching through your hands. Stay with me, breathe. Everything hugging in, nice strong belly, wrapped up through your back. And exhale, soften everything. Drop your hands to the block or to the floor. Let your head hang. Good. If your hands do reach the floor, walk them behind you with your wrists facing forward. So you are reaching your fingers away from you between your legs. If your hands don't reach the floor, use your block. See if you can just take your block back behind you. And if that's too much, you always have the option of having your hands just grounded on the block in your forward fold. The wider your feet, the more likely you get close to the floor. Good. Big opening through your legs and your back here. Nice. Breathe. Very good. All right, your core challenge is to keep your legs wide, just like they are. Bring your hands to your hips, and like you're being reeled up from the back, rise all the way up. Good work. Carefully toe heel your feet together. Nice. Turn towards the front of your mat. Step your right foot forward. Step your left foot back just a little bit. So not all the way back like a lunge. Maybe about half that distance. Take your arms out really wide and then fold forward towards your front knee. keeping your hips squared. So you may find that your block in front of your right foot is nice as a landing pad here. This is called pyramid pose. And really the key is two things. You want to try to have your legs mostly straight. So if you have a bend, it's a tiny bend. It's not like a giant bend. So mostly straight legs. You're going to feel that a lot through the back of your right leg, especially through the back of your right knee. Second thing is that your left hip is squared with your right. So I'm not kind of leaning over towards the left side or having some staggering of my hips. Think about, just like in Warrior One, drawing your right hip back to be in line with your left. You're going to notice if you do that, that activates your right leg a lot. My left foot is all the way on the floor. So if your left foot doesn't go to the floor, just step it up a little closer. Yeah, good. All right, soften everything here, friends. Get into this space in your back and through the back of your legs, let it hang. Good, breathe. All right, now listen. We got one little tiny strengthening thing right here. Shift your weight onto your right foot. Use the block underneath your hands so you have an anchor. All right, good. When you're ready, your left leg lifts up. Okay, having this support through your hands is important, so you're safe. Okay, some of you may stay right here, and that's good. You're getting really strong through your right leg. Some of you may do what's called a Kundalini press. You bend both knees, hugging your left knee into your right, and then press back. Bend, straighten. Good. Bend, straighten. So I'm not lifting and lowering. I'm hugging and bending, then straightening out. Bend, draw in, straighten. Bend, yes, good, straighten. Think of drawing your left kneecap to the back of your right knee. Two more. And one. If you thought that was hard, you're doing it right. Set your left foot down. Stand all the way back up. Oh. Good. Standing on your left foot, step your right foot back a little bit. Think about the hips being squared. Shoulders are squared. Great. Arms come out, pyramid pose. Let your chest fall towards your front knee. Find a place for your hands, either fingertips to the floor or hands to the block. Softening your elbows. Feel your right hip bone pulling forward as you draw your left hip back. And isn't that a gift to be able to make those subtle adjustments because you've got this time and space? You know, if we're all cluttered, we're so busy. I don't know if this ever happens to you, but when I have a whole lot of little things to do, it's like I just stare at my computer and then end up like going on Facebook or something because I have so many things to do. I can't, it's so cluttered, I don't know which direction to take. So what a gift to be able to be right here in your legs, thinking about how your left hip pulls back. All right, shift the weight to your left leg. Take your hands forward to the block or to the floor. Lift your right leg. For some of you, this is quite strong. This is right where you're gonna stay. That's great. You're gonna just focus on having that leg lifted, bringing strength and stability into your left leg. Some of you may wanna try the Kundalini press, bending your left knee, pulling your right knee in behind it. So it's like a bending of both knees and then straightening both legs. Bend and pull in, straighten. Hug it in, bend your standing leg also. So it's not just the back leg, both knees bend. It's like you do a little crouch. That's it, Marco, good. Bend and straighten. Excellent. Those of you that are just holding up your leg, you're working very hard also. Let's do 4 more. Are you breathing? Even if you think something's hard, find joy in your effort, right? It's a miracle that you can try. One more. Really great, you guys. Set your right foot down. Good work. Let's stand all the way up.
Oh, yeah.
Get length through your body. Take a big breath in. All the hard stuff is done. Reach, reach, reach. Cross your ankles. Come on down to your back.
I think you had too much birthday cake.
This is probably true, Linda. October is a messy month for us. We've got Diego's birthday, Eduardo's birthday, and Halloween. I have more sugar in October than I do the whole year.
Well, I'll see y'all in November.
All right, lay on back, y'all. Anybody's legs a little tired? A little bit?
Oh, feet.
Yeah, you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? So be proud of those legs. Be thankful for those feet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put both feet on the floor. Walk your feet so they're wide off the edges of your mat, but your knees are bent. Take your arms out to the sides like a T, palms are up. Feel your neck be in line so you're not kind of dragging over to one side or the other. And let's start just by swishing our knees side to side. We'll drop them both to the right and stay there in a moment, but just getting some mobility through those joints dropping, doing a little windshield wiper action with those knees going the same direction, just back and forth. Feeling the weight shift from hip to hip. And then when you're ready, drop both knees to the right. Let your gaze fall to the left. Close your eyes here. Feel your whole face go soft. Let each breath give you the courage to let something go that's happened in 2020 that you do not need to be carrying around with you anymore. The fear, the uncertainty, the behaviors of other people. And make space for the light. Breathe in, bring your knees back up to center, and then turn your gaze to the right as you gently drop your knees towards the left. And think of this. Would you rather have a closet full of clutter or a clean window that shows all the sunshine with one or two plants or things that you really love? We can't help it. We just hang on to the stuff, hang on to the trespasses from other people, to the feelings. And slowly, slowly, like we block out all the light. I invite you to use your practice as a way to clean that up. Leave something behind. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Come back up to center. Let's take time to have our legs up the wall for a moment or straight up towards the sky. If you do put them up towards the sky, it's going to be a lot easier to have them elevated if you can elevate your hips. So use your blanket or your pillow or your block, elevate your hips. Taking your feet straight up towards the ceiling. If you've got a wall and you want to just go ahead and make your way to your wall because you want to stay with your legs up the wall for your rest, then go ahead and do that so that you'll have more time. Once we get settled, let's take a few deep breaths together. Breathe in and breathe out. Resist the temptation for your brain to snap back to busy. Just be courageous enough to be steady in your breath. If you want to let your legs drop for your final resting pose, you can gently lower your feet to the floor. If you're okay here, we have maybe 20 seconds more of breathing together. If you carry a thought with you from our practice today, let it be that this is all a practice. We have to let go of the idea of being ready to do that big, perfect thing. And instead just be really joyful and content in the practice that you have with your life right now. When you're ready, lower your legs if they're up to the sky. You can take a couple more awakening breaths, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, maybe wiggling around your wrists, doing some circles with your hands, clenching your wrists, your feet. And then when you're ready, meeting at the top of your mat, hands together at heart center. Happy Monday. I'm so proud of you for sharing your practice. I'm so proud of you for each of you, the effort that you put onto the mat and with each other, for showing up. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.